ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, stocks move lower for the first time this week.
Haley, you're absolutely right, and modestly lower, I may add, and only the second down day this month. I realize it's only the 9th of June, but basically stocks have moved higher little by little, moving higher. Today, quite surprisingly, the strongest group were utilities. A lot of that reasoning, of course, is utilities pay good dividends. People are looking for alternatives to money market funds, which are paying almost nothing, and utilities historically have been very safe. So we'll see how that works. But an unusual development today, the utilities led the market. So let's take a look at the market that didn't do much of anything. There you see the Dow, which had been down 89 points at the low of the day, finished with a loss of just under 20 points, 0.1%, closing at 17,985.19 on volume of 686 million shares. The Nasdaq moved lower as well, 0.3%, down 16 points at 4,958.62. Excuse me, that on a volume of 1,809 million shares. And a clean sweep for the down arrows. The S&P down 3.5 points, down just about 0.2% at 2,115.48. Well, with a name like Smucker's, it's got to be good. I'm sure you remember that tagline, and Smucker's has really been knocking the ball out of the park. The company announced much better than expected quarterly earnings, said revenues had increased as well, and projected that going forward, the company's earnings will continue to grow. Smucker's, by the way, makes a lot more than jams and jellies. They own Jif Peanut Butter, Folgers Coffee, Pillsbury, and Crisco. All of that coming out of the town of Orrville, Ohio. Smucker's stock has been acting very well, and with today's move up almost 8% in one day. That's a lot of jam and jelly and peanut butter. 8%, pretty darn good.
And Richard, we're just below the 18,000 mark on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Can we finish above that tomorrow?
Well, it'll take only 15 points to do it, Scott, and based on most of what we've seen this week with positive momentum, it's certainly a very strong possibility.
Okay, we'll watch for that tomorrow. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.